Welcome back to Mario Kart Wii! And now, we're going to advance to the Middleweights. First one is being Mario. It took us 3 episodes to play as Mario. Alright, so we're going to be starting using the Middleweights, and these are going to be Middleweight Karts for this one. And we're going to be using them in the Star Cup, which has some really neat tracks. 3 of which have been brought back in a future game. So yeah, high expectations here. Alright, so Mario, where are you going first? The Daisy Circuit. In the Nostalgia one as well. I found the Nostalgia... I can't remember how it felt that much because it's been ages since I recorded this. But like I say, I don't feel like the karts feel all that different to each other. Like, so far the Turbo Blooper is the only one I can think of that's had a noticeable difference. So instead, let's talk about Daisy Circuit. I don't mind this track that much. I like that it's got this little passage here. I like its design. This figure of 8 pattern bit. It's a nice little touch because it means different pathways you can... What the hell happened to that red shell? The red shell decided the wall was in first place. Starman. Do you know, I actually like hearing the Starman over the music of the track. That's something... When someone else has the Starman sounds brilliant. But when you've got the Starman... You see right there, hearing the Starman over the sound of the track. I think I'll turn the... Mario does not know how to get past code. Yeah, the Starman, hearing it over the track was was pretty nice there. It has a nice appeal. You know there's a Starman going on, but the soundtrack of the game is not thrown away at the process. That's the thing I like about that. So, here we go. First place wasn't that far ahead, was it? That's the third time I've heard the Starman. Right. I actually don't like taking this route that often. Because it feels like it's not worth what it takes to get there. I like the first 2 laps of that race. Mario Kart, in my opinion, is a game that is at its most fun, it's most enjoyable when you're in the middle of the pack. Like, if you're out in front all of the time, well, there's not really a game being played then. You're just cruising along the track. If I want to do that, I'll pick the time trial mode, I won't pick the Grand Prix mode. I know plenty of people who disagree, I have no clue what happened there. The screen suddenly went weird. Alright. But yeah, Daisy Circuit is a pretty good course. I like how it's got that little figure 8 bit in the middle to encourage a different way to go. And it screwed up the red shell. It's got a nice simple atmosphere to it. I like it. I like it a lot more than Daisy. Alright, next up, Luigi. If I'm playing as a midweight, it's either this guy or Yoshi that I play as. I love Luigi. And I love the next course. Koopa Cape. This was brought back in, like Mushroom Gorge, this track was brought back in Mario Kart 7. Unlike Mushroom Gorge, I adore this track. And I prefer it. I still prefer it in Mario Kart Wii. Because what they did with the tunnel, I get why they did it, but I prefer it here. But we'll get to that when we actually get to that. So, this is the Wild Wing. This is one of the ones that I do notice a difference with. This one feels a lot faster than other ones, with acceleration being a little bit not there for me. I don't know, this one just feels quicker than other karts. So, yeah, this kart is one I think has got a nice little thing to it. Again, though, I don't think it feels that different enough that it has its own identity too much. Alright, I am good at this game. Going off-road all over the place. Now, this is the tunnel. I can't remember, I don't think those are there in Mario Kart 7 anymore, which is one reason I like it, but this river. This is why I like that track more in Mario Kart Wii. That little stream. I just like having that stream there. In Mario Kart 7, that entire section is underwater. That's not nearly as exciting, in my opinion, as having a stream of water that speeds you up, but obstacles in the way that if you hit one of those, I think it does happen later. So I'll wait until the end of the race to reveal that. But yeah, they're made of electricity. There's an item in this game that is electric. Put 2 and 2 together, see what happens. If you answered anything other than 4, you're wrong. Right, this track's just got a nice tune to it. It looks really nice. It's got a nice... This section changes the music's tempo. I think it's tempo. I'm not too good at music. And I just love it, how it sounds in this pipe. And I love the view of the underwater from within there. Like I said, the cart handles quite nicely. I like how the cart handles in comparison to other carts. And it feels quicker. I think its acceleration is a bit lacking though. I can't remember if that's truly the case. I like how at this point, that point, if you've got a mushroom, you can just, if you take out the Goombas leave behind a mushroom. So it's possible to, you know, get a boost off of them if you've got a shell. I didn't go for it because evidently I don't need it. You see, this is the problem. When the race is this, when I'm this far ahead of them, the race just becomes a bit boring in my opinion. There's nothing really to see. Mario Kart is about chaotic racing action. And that's something that I feel has actually been distinctly lacking in this LP so far. Like the first race in this one had it for 2 laps, I think, but this is not it. Koopa Cape did not deliver on it. But I like Koopa Cape itself, so I'll forgive it. Lucky 2. Why don't you go and let the other players know they finished the race as well? Anyway, next race. Koopa Cape, good. Daisy Circuit, good. We're now going to play as Peach.
Let's go.
It won't be the last time we play as Peach. I'll show something else about Peach later on. We're going to go into Turbo Blooper. This is a cart that I think feels nice and solid on its own compared to other carts. Brilliant acceleration. I think its turning is quite good. It's got decent off-road. That's the thing that sets it apart. I think this cart is pretty good off-road compared to some other ones. I could be wrong on that, because I've got a bit of a hazy memory, but I distinctly remember that using this on the Game Boy Advance beach course, and liking it a fair bit there. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, nice little shortcut here. Not. And that's not a nice little... I don't generally use that path because I find it to be slower. But at the start, when you can get a good item out of it, yeah, I'll use it. Using the Starman here was a mistake. It nearly went off the track. So Maple Treeway, also brought back in Mario Kart 7. And like Koopa Cape, a brilliant track. I love this track in both Wii and 7. I like it just as much in 7. 7 didn't really do much changes to this course. In fact, the only major change I can remember is this part. This jumping net bit is not in number 7. Instead, there's a gliding part. And the gliding part's just as good. I like the gliding. So, yeah. I've got no problem with it being replaced with gliding. It's not like the tunnel in Koopa Cape where it just filled it with water. Okay, moving on. I think there's someone coming in. There's noises in the background. I don't know if you can hear them. But I think stuff's going on in the background and it's distracting me. Yeah, this track. The Wigglers. I find it funny having the Wigglers there because in this game it's not that funny. It's not. There's nothing really to be taken from the Wigglers being there. Mario Kart. Yeah, running into these by the way can drop a mushroom as well. So there's a way that you can influence the race if you feel like you need to. And it also drops bananas, so it's a good idea anyway, in my opinion. It's another obstacle for people to dodge. There's a lot of mushrooms on the course. I'm just looking at the map. It's something else that I like how I'm still not getting the game because there's too many little things that still bother me about it. But I like how in Mario Kart 8, the recent patch, I've heard, lets you put a map on the screen. You can actually see where you are in relation to other people now. Particularly in battle mode, that is very welcome. Even if the battle mode in number 8 is not that good. Yeah. Maple Treeway has got a nice tune to it. It's got a nice aesthetical autumn look to it. This track. A lot of them have just been saying I love how they look. In this case, I can actually say why. I think this nails what it's going for in a way that no other circuit does. This is exactly what it should be. And someone fired a red shell right. Has Toadette stopped? I was looking at the map. Toadette was stuck in place for a fair while there. But yeah, Maple Treeway gets a plus. The turbo blooper gets a plus. I don't think its strengths really come out in that track. Why are you going to quit? Why are you going to quit? That's better. This is a Star Cup. You've got one more track. Okay, we're gonna play as Daisy. I don't like Daisy, but at least the kart suits are the Royal Racer. And we're gonna do another track that was brought back, Grumble Volcano. A lot of people that I have seen talk about this game hate this track, and I'm here to tell them that they haven't played this track. The people that really hate this track always bring up a glitchy shortcut you can do, which was thankfully removed when it was brought back in 8. Well then, you're not playing the track, you're just playing like one turn. You can't diss the track if you're not going to play on all of the track. Look at that map. You can already tell from that map that you're not all going to be going the same route. And I like that. And I think this track looks lovely. It nails what it wants to do. It looks like a volcano. I actually don't... it looks a lot better than number 8, but I don't know, I kind of prefer how it looks here. It's an opinion that I know is not that common, but a lot of people seem to have it with Super Mario 64. So I'm gonna use that as proof that I am allowed that opinion, despite the fact that, you know, it's an opinion. You don't have, I don't need to be told I've got the right to it. But yeah, I feel that this track, as gorgeous as it looks in 8, it's absolutely, I love it here because it's nice and its look matches up to the games that are on the system as well. That's part of the reason I really like it here. New Super Mario Bros. Wii, the volcano sections look a fair bit like this, if I recall correctly. So yeah, I'm just love to see a volcano track. I love the music on the track as well. It's just so annoying in my opinion to see this track get hated on for a glitch that you can, you know, decide not to use or something. That glitch doesn't even work in Mario Kart 7's online anymore anyway. So I think it's really silly to complain about it. But yeah, I love this. I love the way this track looks. I love how it looks like it in the games. The Royal Racer. No. I don't really care for the Royal Racer. I love this part. I get fucked up by my turn, and the blue shell of death comes to save my life. Well, it doesn't come and save my life. How often do you see the blue shell give you the win, rather than take it away from you, especially if you're racing against CPUs? I should have hit that fireball. I was well too close to that fireball. I should have been hit by it. Oh well. Victory! Shut up, Daisy. That's what that red shell was saying on its trajectory towards her. So yeah, that was the Star Cup. I really do like the Star Cup. And I think it comes across that a lot of other people did as well, because the tracks came back. The only one that's not come back yet is Daisy Circuit. Grumble Volcano came back in 8, and I love it. I love it just as much later. I may not own the game, but I have still played the game a fair bit. And Koopa Cape and Maple Dreeway are two of my favourite Mario Kart courses. But in this game only for Koopa Cape. Koopa Cape's not nearly as good as number 7 in my opinion. You know, I've just realised this is the last Mario Kart that had a console name in its title. Why did they stop doing that? Mario Kart 3DS. Mario Kart U. Well, Mario Kart U would have sounded silly, so fairness there. But Mario Kart 3DS wouldn't sound that silly. Huh. Anyway, that's it for this. That's it for this. I will see you next time with the Special Cup and the middleweight bikes. See you then.